Welcome, welcome. Yes, we had some technical difficulties, but welcome to Drinking Tea with V, the first live on the series Desire Your Life. And so happy that you are here. This month, for Love Month, we are going to be desiring our own lives, and we're starting up with spice up your spaces, and that is what today's topic is. So I hope that all of you guys can join in a second. So yes, that is what today's topic is: spice up your spaces. And again, my apologies for the technical difficulties on this end. All of these weeks that we've been doing the live, everything went fine. Everything went dandy. But, hey, it is what it is. Technology. Love it or hate it. So, yes. How would you like to spice up your spaces? What do you have in mind? What do you have in mind? Because it could be different spaces. It could be for different reasons. I don't know if y'all see my stories, but I was like, hey, it could be for a business deal. It could be for the holidays, and Valentine's coming up now, so it could also be for a hot date. So what do you guys want to spice up your spaces with? I have tips and ideas, but and I have a really cool framework that you can work with that can go to any room or any space, and also for your internal space, not only your external. So your internal, so the mind. But anywho, shall we start? So I am here because I got to do stuff on this end, but I think in a second we gonna be good to go. But yes, so spicing up your spaces. I definitely love spicing up my spaces because that gives me life. I don't know about you. Does that give you life? Do you like a little bougie? Do you like a little bougie? Everything can be done on all different kind of budgets. I'm like, listen, you gotta break the bank. You do not have to break the bank to be able to spice up your space. All right. So the framework that I've been talking to a couple of people, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this actually lines up with what people do for like when it comes to like, okay, you go to a supermarket, you don't know why you always hanging out there for a long time, right? This is the marketeer in me. This is the marketeer. I love interior and all that stuff too. A little merchandising in between there. But you ever notice that when you go into a supermarket and it smells like baked goods, and you're like, oh my goodness, I need to have an extra croissant, I need to have a gas brochure, I need to whatever it is, you always like, yeah, sign me up for some of that. And you're always lingering around in the shop a little bit longer than necessary. Well, these are different things that is, you need to explore your senses when you want to spice up your space, okay? So that is the framework that we're using. You need to use your senses, explore your senses when you're thinking about spicing up your space. And the first one that we're going to start off with is a sight. Okay, so that's the easiest thing because we all need some vitamina para los ojos. So we're gonna start off with the sight. Okay, you want to have statement pieces. You want to have those eye catchers, whether it be a wall, whether it be like a super huge plant, whether it be like, I don't know, a wall unit. All those things will spice up your spaces. But what is definitely also something that people tend to forget, but to be able to spice up your space, sometimes it's not about what you can see, but it's about what you do not see. I'm gonna say that again. To spice up your space, sometimes it's not all about what you see, but what you do not see. So in that sense of decluttering, you hide away things that of course is functional, you need to use them, but put them away. Put them away. Like, ain't everybody gotta see everything. So that's definitely one of those things. And it's like I was talking about just now with the what you cannot see. Sometimes you can use things that are not necessarily quote unquote were room appropriate in the sense of that you wouldn't necessarily use that in a room. Like say this is actually a basket that is meant for things, right, to gather up stuff, but I'm using it for a plant. So that is what you can definitely use in those areas. And of course, there are different things like accessories and cushions to spice up your space, honey. And I love a good accessory. I love accessories. I have gone crazy in the past on accessories. Now I'm on a lean down budget. I'm on a lean down budget where that is concerned. But so what it is do you like to use for your spaces that you spice it up where it's visual? Let me know in the comments below. And let me see. We talked about cushions and accessories and stuff like that. Oh, I know people, y'all know this already, but trust and believe. You have the curtains and all the accessories and all those different kind of things, but those big pieces in your room can also be statement pieces. A lot of people choose for really safe couches. If we're talking about a living room, right? People use a safe couch. You don't want it to be too, oh my goodness, how am I gonna work this into a color palette, this and that. You could go with a loud color. I would say go bold or go home. And I know I can say so because it's not my living room. Because I like a good neutral too, as you can tell. I like a good neutral, but sometimes those bold pieces definitely. But anyway, so that was looking into sight. So that's number one. So we're exploring the senses, right? So we had sight. So now what are we gonna get into? The next one closest to the eyes, which is the nose. Get into smells. And definitely I'm a sucker for a good candle. I love. I don't know about you. Share some hearts. Click some hearts if you like candles. Candles are life. So a good candle, or you can get essential oils, humidifiers. It's a vibe. It's a whole vibe. So we're going from sight now to smell. And what is even better than just candles, because that burns and sometimes that is not good for your overall well-being and health. Depends on what kind of candles they are. You can definitely get into the sprays. Okay, get into sprays, because those are a lot better. You don't have to get into like air fresheners in those cans, because the stuff in there is also not always as good. But yeah, so to be able to spice up your spaces, we just talked about sight, smell, and now we're at smell still. This is something that a lot of people don't know, but they use this in when you're doing real estate and you want to sell a house or whatever it is, but you can use that for your own spaces to spice up your spaces, which is just literally get a pot of water and put cinnamon in there, the cinnamon sticks. Get cinnamon in there, get orange peel, and some vanilla essence. Listen. If you want to spice up your space, that's it, honey. That is it. It doesn't get any more natural than that. Make sure you don't burn up your pot and burn down your house. But definitely, that is one of those things that is like, I love the smell goods. So now, okay, we had sight, we had smell, and which other senses you think we can explore? Which other senses you think that we can explore? It is definitely touch, okay? Things that you can feel. And in a room, That can be whatever you're sitting on. I love this. It's very like, can you see it? It's more of like a rough textured chair that I'm in right now, and it is very much kind of matching what I have on right now. But anywho, so that's how you can spice up your spaces. Different textures is definitely because you can have metals, you can have leather, you can have a fluffy plushy stuff. I love a good like cashmere-ish soft stuff that, oh yes. But a good fleece is super awesome as well. Because some blankets is life over here in these streets. I love a good blanket. Y'all, if you follow me in my stories, you have seen me looking like an Eskimo in in my blankets more than once. But that is definitely a thing. So not only those things, but like also textures that your eyes can see. Like I said, this one is a rougher material. You see texture here as well, with the natural what is this? They call it like a seagrassish type of thing that this is made of, and this is woven material here. So that gives visual interest. That gives visual interest. And if you're, I gotta be, you know, if you're doing leather, do faux leather, pleather. Cause yeah, we love the animals. We want to see them live. And you were thinking like, oh my goodness, what does this have to do with drinking tea with you? Well, we discuss business, life, and love over here. And in the business space, you can do this for when you're setting up for a business deal. You're having a network brunch. You're having yeah, like I said, network brunch. You're having someone over so you can chit chat about business. You do brainstorming sessions. Your space makes a big difference. Definitely. So now, like I said, business, life, and love. For the life, we were just talking about like the living rooms and and with the love area, honey, Valentine's is coming up. Hey, Valentine's is coming. So yes, for the special day, for Love Day, you could do some, like I said, the candles and all that kind of stuff. Do that. Do all the things. But I love seeing you guys jump in and out. Hello. But yes, so you could definitely apply these to any area of your life. And right now is like, if you're still working from home and doing most of the work from home stuff, make sure that your working area feels good. Make sure that it feels good to you. But yes, we're talking about textures. So we had, going back again from the top, what did we start off with? We started off with sight, then we went to smell, and then we went to feel. So now we're still at the feel, and this is something that I've been wanting to do that I haven't done for myself yet, but I'm going to give this tip out. And that is install a fireplace if you can. And trust me, even if you're renting, this is still they have renter-friendly versions that you can still install. So a fireplace is definitely one of those luxuries that people don't think on necessarily and feel like it's too much, but when you actually get it done, it's like woo-hoo. But yes, that is definitely a thing. Okay, so now we had those aspects. We're still missing one. We're still missing one of our senses that, okay, we're not going to do taste because you want to taste your space. I don't think you want to taste your space, but we're missing definitely one of the senses that we still haven't touched on yet. So that, last but not least, the thing that definitely spices up your room is, guess what? Sound, baby. Sound is definitely one of those things where people also, besides smell, sound is a thing that people tend to overlook. Okay, so where it comes to like, okay, soundproofing, like no, I wish I had soundproof a little bit more. But anywho, soundproofing your room so things are not so clicky clacky. If you have laminate floors, make sure that you have a better what do you call it, undergrond, what is it called here? But yes, so it's not too, it doesn't make as much noise and stuff like that. But also you want to make sure that if you have things where you're in a living room, you want to Netflix and chill, surround sound is like, when you step into that zone, it's amazing. It's definitely amazing. You can tell the difference when you get a good surround sound set up, and it makes a huge difference. At least you feel like you're in a theater at home. And even if you're not using it for movies, I love a good nature type of sounds going on. I pop in my earbuds or my headphones, and I'm like, oh yeah, put on the sights and sounds of, not sights, the sounds of nature, so you can hear, like, whether it's like raining or like you're at a beach or whatever. When you have a surround sound and you put that on it too, honey. And even if you're at a business event, the music that they have, whether you want to, like, okay, you want to hype up people at a certain event, you have more hype music. If you want to have like a classic type of business, classy, bougie type of feel, you add the jazzes and the classic music. So that's how you can definitely spice up your spaces. So we had all 4 of those. Okay. And I was hoping to have our, I would say, interior stylist. So interior stylist and designer. I was hoping to have her today. Make sure that you go and check her out, which is Ualichi Designs, who definitely has been a part of our campaign for the past few months. I was hoping to have her on today to give you some more in-depth look into how she goes about it. I know what I do for myself. I know what I do for like events and stuff like that. So those are different things that you could use. And maybe we'll talk to her about this in another time and space. How to spice up your spaces. And definitely, we're gonna have her on. We're gonna have her on at another point in time. But that's okay. That's alright. She couldn't make it today. But anywho, we're going to keep this one short. We're going to keep this one sweet. And we are going to be rounding up with something that I think is super duper important. But this is definitely something that people are not, I can't say you're not cognizant of, but it's definitely an awareness thing. And I know that most of you guys intuitively know this when I mention it. But to spice up your space, you need to spice up your own mind. You need to be in that space of like, okay, I wanna do better. I wanna have my space more like how I feel. Okay? And sometimes that takes a step for some people. And again, you might not have your own home, so people be like, okay, I haven't bought my own house, so I'm not gonna invest too much in it. Or if you're more of like an expat, that you've gone to another country, or if you're in rented housing, and then you're like, nah, I'm not gonna invest too much in this, it's not costing much money. But that is one of the things I'm like, honey, sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm just going to be here for a couple of months and then move on, and then you're not. And then you end up being there for years and years and years, and then you still haven't made the space your own. So definitely I want to give you as a tip to make the space your own, even if you're renting, even if you don't feel like you're going to stay there long, because sometimes we end up staying a lot longer than we anticipated. And especially, again, if you're renting, then it's like, But anywho, that is one of the things. So renters, make the space your own. But again, coming back to the mind, which is the most important thing here. Okay, so to spice up your spaces, you're gonna have to spice up your mind. Get some inspiration. Okay, go online, look at home makeovers. That is one of my most funnest pastimes. Any extreme home makeover, your girl is there, present, ready to look. So you learn a lot of tips and tricks so you don't have to break the bank. Or if you don't even want to get into all of that, like I say, hit up my girl Nicole. She's going to go through the whole process with you, take you from A to Z. And then she's going to be like, you know what? Okay, what do you like? She's going to show you different things. You're going to pare down what your style is. And then you get into what it is that you like. Okay? But yes, where your mind is concerned, another thing that is very, very important. When you are in a good space of mind, your surroundings look a lot better as well. And that's what I say to get a plant. Take care of a plant. This is an easy one. Aloe veras are really easy to take care of. But get yourself a plant, and that's the first step of like, okay, when you see that plant ain't looking good, be like, okay, let me check myself to see if everything is a-okay with me. Because the first thing you tend to do is you tend to neglect other living things like a plant. It's not like a cat or a dog or like a pet that is moving around going to catch your attention. So you have to definitely put that energy in. So when you're in a good space mentally, your space around you tends to reflect that as well. Whether it's less clutter, or you have more time to clean up, or you just have more, you spend more time investing into getting your space looking all nice. So that is the last thing that I have for you. So make sure that you get your spaces right, get the senses going. So like we spoke about, you go over, you start off with sight, the things you can see and don't see, smell, all the smell goods, and all the tips that I gave. And then we went on into the things that you can feel, all the different textures, the warm woods, the really cool metals, reflective surfaces. Did I mention mirrors? No, I don't know if I mentioned mirrors, but all of those reflective surfaces. You can also get into stuff that you can hear, so sound. And make sure that you balance out the room, make sure it is what you want to feel. Let it be form and function. So if you gotta use it, let it be pretty, girl. Let it do. Make it be nice. And anyways, and the most important thing to be able to spice up your space is spice up your mind. Make sure that you are in a good place. Get inspiration. And it should all be well. Alrighty. So, this is gonna be it. It's gonna be short and sweet for today's live. Thank you guys for popping in and hopping back out. But yeah, next week we are going to have another live as well. And to be able to find out what that live is about, you're going to have to stay tuned to this week. Our guest for next week has already been locked in, and I won't say who it is now, but next week we're definitely going to have a guest. It's good to be back here. This is my first official drinking tea with V solo type of thing for this year, so I'm still gonna say, hey, Happy New Year. But anyways, so yes, our guest is locked and loaded for next week, so be sure to hop on through. And that is definitely gonna be a more spicier conversation, gonna be geared towards more of l'amour, because we're definitely gonna be closer to a Valentine's Day. It's the day before. It's gonna be on the 13th, Sunday the 13th of February, and same time, 7 o'clock, right here. I'm gonna make sure that there are no technical difficulties, because that was the thing today. I was like, I don't know. But anyways, I was a little bit strapped for time, but we still made it work. I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here with your girl. So make sure you spice up your spaces and let me know. I'm gonna have this on here on IG, but then I'm also gonna have it on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna make sure upload it on YouTube, so you guys who don't have the IGs in this world definitely know where to where you can see this as well. But anywho, darlings, go forth, explore your senses, take care of your mind, and spice up your space, honey. This is it. Be fab, stay fit, have a fantabulous week. I didn't even do a gratitude moment of the week this time. See, I gotta get back into the vibes. What am I grateful for this week? Healing. I'm grateful for my body's ability to heal, because I'm still getting over a flu, so that's why I'm not gonna keep this too long. The voice ain't as sexy as it was, but yes, I'm grateful this week for healing, and I had my tea over there that I already drank before this to make sure that I could speak a little bit better, and I had turmeric and ginger, but it's all done, so I ain't even. But anyway, so that was flavor of the day and my gratitude moment of the week. Be fabulous, stay fit, have a good, fantabulous week. Deuces. Bye.